Hi friends, in our last session we have seen general requirements for a machine tool design, and we have also started with working motions and auxiliary motion. In today's session we are going to see parameters that are going to define the working motion of a machine tool. This is Faizan Kagdi and I welcome you all to our lecture series of machine tool design. So let's begin with our topic. Parameters defining working motion of a machine. So first question comes in our mind that what are the classifications of working motion? What are the types of working motion? So we can say that there are two types of working motion. That is primary cutting motion, that is called a drive motion, and second is a feed motion, which we have discussed, right? So we would say that a working motion are numerically defined by the velocities, which means velocity is used to define these motions. Okay. The velocity of a primary cutting motion or a drive motion is known as cutting speed. Remember, cutting speed, which is denoted by small p, and it is measured in a unit meter per minute. Whereas second motion is our feed motion, right? So the velocity of a feed motion is known as feed. Remember, the word is feed, and it is denoted by small s. Now there are different types of units depending on a type of machines which we are using. Okay, there are different units for a feed motion depending on a type of machines which we are using. Okay, so let's see that. Now as you can see, the first is mm per revolution. So this unit, for example, we can say 2 mm per revolution, 3 mm per revolution, 5 mm per revolution. So what does this indicate? So this indicates that, which means that we need to displace the cutting tool by 5 mm in one revolution. We need to displace the cutting tool by 3 mm in one revolution. And this can be done when primary cutting motion is a rotary motion, remember. And in which machine? So we would say in a lathe machine and boring machine. Mm per revolution, first type of a unit. Second type of a unit for this feed motion is mm per tooth, which indicates that we need to move a workpiece. We know that in a milling machine, that is in a gear manufacturing machine, we need to provide a translatory motion to our workpiece, whereas a drive motion is given to our cutting tool, that is our cutter, right? So how much motion we need to provide to our workpiece, which means in mm per tooth. Now next unit for the feed motion in case of a shaping machine and milling machine is mm per stroke, which means this will be used in a machine tool with a reciprocating drive motion. Remember, so we know that cutting tool is going to perform a reciprocating motion, translatory motion in these types of machines. Okay, so there would be two strokes. First stroke would be a cutting stroke, in which a cutting tool will be in contact with a workpiece, and second stroke will be an ideal stroke or a returning stroke, in which a cutting tool will not be in contact with a workpiece. So the time taken for a returning stroke, or we would say ideal stroke, will be much lesser. Why? Because it is not, cutting tool is not going to come in contact with this workpiece. Okay, so in this case we can express feed in mm per stroke. Okay, now fourth type is mm per minute. So this will be used in a machine tools which have a separate power source for feed motion. Example, in milling machines. So in most of the cases, whenever in a data, if it is given in mm per tooth, then we need to convert that equation of feed motion in mm per minute. So that conversion we are going to see later on. Okay, so remember, we have 4 types of units for a feed motion for different types of machines. Okay, let's move further. Now we need to see the equations for a cutting speed. So in a machine tool with a rotary primary cutting motion, the cutting speed is represented as V is equal to pi d n by 1000, which will be in meter per minute. So d is a diameter of a workpiece, which will always be taken in mm. So for converting that into meter, we have divided by 1000. So the unit of cutting speed will be in meter per minute. Remember that. Where small n is a revolution per minute, that is RPM of a workpiece, of a spindle. Okay, so this is one of the equation of a cutting speed. Now in which machines we can use this equation? So we would say in a machine in which rotary motion is our drive motion, that is in case of a lathe machine and a milling machine. Now next, in a machine tool with a reciprocating motion as a drive motion, that is a primary cutting motion, we have different formula to determine a cutting speed. So the formula is V is equal to L upon 1000 Tc. Now how this formula has been came? So we know the general formula of velocity. Velocity is equal to distance traveled upon time taken, right? So in case of a planing machine, if we take an example, so the distance traveled is a cutting tool distance, right? Let's say it is capital L, and time taken, let's say now what time we have to consider. So the cutting time, one is a forward motion in which a cutting takes place, which means that time is called a cutting time, and another one is a reverse motion, reverse stroke, right? So in that case cutting is not taking, so that time will be called as a ideal time. So we need to consider a cutting time in order to determine a cutting speed. It is very simple, right? So the formula will become L upon 1000 into Tc, where Tc is a cutting time, where capital L is, that is a stroke length, which is a distance covered by a cutting tool, and it will always be mm, that is millimeter. But we need to find cutting speed in meter, so we need to divide it by 1000. So it has been written, it has been divided by 1000. So the unit will be in meter per minute. So I hope that you are clear with two types of equations to determine cutting speed. The first equation is V is equal to pi d n by 1000 meter per minute, and the second equation is L upon 1000 Tc in meter per minute. Now further, our target is to express the second equation, that is a cutting speed equation for a planing machine, in terms of number of cutting stroke per minute. Remember, in terms of number of cutting stroke per minute. At present it is in form of L by T, that is L upon 1000 Tc. So how we can do that? Let's see further. As you can see on your screen, if time of ideal stroke in minute is denoted by Ti, okay, and we know that Tc is a time for a cutting stroke, so the ratio Tc by Ti, that is time taken for a cutting stroke upon time taken for a ideal stroke, is denoted by capital K, then we can say number of cutting strokes per minute can be expressed by the formula small n, that is denoted by, that is a denotation for number of cutting stroke, which is equal to 1 upon Tc plus Ei. So it is very obvious that in 1 revolution per minute of our output shaft of a gearbox, the number of cutting stroke will be 1, right? Which means number of revolution per minute will be equal to number of cutting strokes per minute. Okay, this is the first thing. Second thing is that the total time taken for performing a cutting stroke will be how much? So you would say it is summation of Ti plus Tc, right? But we need to find number of cutting strokes per minute, which means small n will be equal to 1 upon Ti plus Tc. Right, per minute. Okay, so we need to divide by total time which will be taken to perform a cutting stroke. So the equation will become 1 upon Tc. Now over here you can see in the next step I have taken Tc common out. So the equation will become 1 upon Tc in a bracket 1 plus Ti by Tc. But as we know that Tc by Ti is denoted by capital K, so after substituting the equation is going to become K upon Tc in a bracket 1 plus K. Okay, so let's say this is our equation number 3. Now what we are going to do, we are going to substitute the value of Tc from this equation 3 in equation number 2. That is, equation number 2 is what? So L upon 1000 Tc. So what will be our final equation? So as you can see on your screen, the final equation will become cutting speed V is equal to small n into L in a bracket K plus 1 upon 1000 K. So this is the final equation to find out a cutting speed in case of a planing and a shaping machine. Okay. Now next we need to determine feed rate. Okay. So whenever a feed rate is given in mm per revolution, for example in case of a lathe machine or in a milling machine, so first we need to convert it in a mm per minute. So how we can do that? So this is an example of that. Feed per revolution and feed per stroke are related to feed per minute by this equation, that is Sm is equal to S into N, where we can say that Sn is feed in mm per minute, okay, whereas S is feed in mm per revolution. Now we have multiplied by what? So we have multiplied by small n, that is our RPM, revolution per minute. So after multiplying with that, we are going to get answer of Sn. So this is a standard form. Remember, we need to use Sn while calculating the machining time, we are going to see what is that. Okay. Now next, if feed is given in per tooth, that is in case of a milling machine, so how we can rewrite the equation? So as you can see on the screen, the equation is shown small s. So first of all, over here our target will be to find out per revolution. So small s is equal to sz. Now what is sz? So it is feed in per tooth. Okay, multiplied by z. So what is z? So z is a total number of tooth on our milling cutter. Remember, total number of tooth on our milling cutter. So we get s is equal to sz into z. Okay. Now the next is machining time for any operation which we need to calculate is given by Tm. Okay. So machining time divided by Tm is equal to L upon Sm. Now what is L? So L is the length of a machined surface and Sm is our feed in per minute, which we have found out by using our second equation, that is Sm equals to S into N. So in a data while solving numericals, it could be given, the feed could be given in per revolution, so you should know how we need to convert it into per minute. Similarly, the feed in case of a milling machine can be given in per tooth. So you should know that first we need to convert it in per revolution and then later on in per minute in order to calculate the machining time. Okay guys, so I hope that you are clear with the parameters of working motion. So in today's session we are keeping up till here. Next session we will start with our machine topic, machine tool drive. So till then, stay tuned and thank you all.